Yes, finally we are live, legends. How is everybody doing? Make sure to destroy the like button. My goodness, what a major collapse we have had, not only with Bitcoin. I mean, this is just a little bit of a corrective move, but throughout altcoins, guys, my goodness, what a huge collapse. I'm sure a lot of people were in panic mode. Oh my goodness, is this it? The recession is confirmed in the US, all of this nonsense. Also, we do have a lot of people very bullish, saying buying the dip, guys. You need to buy the dip, of course, throughout different altcoins. Most of our altcoins that we've been talking about, okay, not all of them, but a lot of them have been coming down to basically entry zones. When we do take a look at 𝗬𝗨 network, for example, coming all the way down just today to the 10-cent level. I mean, this is our average price zone that we mentioned throughout October and November before the breakout. So break even here on 𝗬𝗨 network, also on ICP. My goodness, ICP coming all the way down to basically the highs from the last few months, guys. Nothing to worry about. Basically, a lot of the spot buys, okay, that we mentioned throughout the last few months are at break even. Now, I would say that this is actually a good zone to start thinking of reaccumulation, right? This is why it is important to note that on the pumps that we've had throughout the last few weeks, right, in November, part of December, guys, we're not interested. We are already well positioned here in this zone. And now the price on, many cryptos, right, that we mentioned throughout accumulation in September and October are basically back at the entry zones. So, I mean, I haven't sold any, I haven't bought any more, but if anybody that did not buy throughout the last few months, I mean, this is the moment, guys. If we're not buying the pump just to avoid this kind of price action, right, regarding spot, okay, we're talking about spot accumulation. This is the moment to not be fearful. This is the moment to start thinking of DCA. Now, I know a lot of people that are entering cryptocurrency throughout the last couple of months, especially, right? This is when the interest exploded, right? And this is where I have friends, family asking me, hey, what coin do you think is going to go to higher levels? And very much aware, telling them, look, I've been buying throughout the last few months. Now we've pumped a little bit. Not very much an interesting zone to buy. But now with these major corrective moves, guys, I have to say, hey, it is time to DCA, right? It is time to DCA. We're going to be talking about the Bitcoin technical analysis, higher time frame, guys, just to make you understand that Bitcoin is far away in topping out on the higher time frame. Of course, when we do see these 10-15% corrections, my goodness, we do get fearful, right? When we do take a look at the chart and see this major collapse that's happened throughout the last few days, my goodness, we are basically really scared, right? You start getting into panic mode. My goodness, recession. Guys, looking at the higher time frame, when you do zoom out, well, basically, this is a baby correction. I mean, we should really correct a little bit more, right? This is really, hey, come on. This is a walk in the park for anybody that's been in crypto for the last few days, right? For the last few years, sorry. The people that have been here throughout the last couple of months, right? Few months, maybe a few weeks. People are really in doubt, okay? People really start thinking, hey, what the hell is going on? Is this the top? Pi cycle top indicator has to be one of the most accurate indicators, right? And I'm not an indicator guy. On the higher time frame that actually tells you when we are topping out on the price of Bitcoin or very close and topping out. This is something that I want to discuss in today's episode, guys. For anybody that is holding for the long term, hey, chill out. This is all good. A bit of volatility. Could Bitcoin go to slightly lower levels? Absolutely. Could the altcoins go to slightly lower levels? What I want to see on altcoins is a little bit of a bottom formation, okay? A little bit of a sign of strength, a little bit of the selling pressure, just not pushing down with this massive waterfall throughout multiple altcoins, right? 𝗬𝗨 network, ICP, many different ones. My goodness, what a waterfall. Do we expect a V-shaped recovery? I'm going to say I don't think we're going to find a massive V-shaped recovery in the next coming days, especially entering into the weekend. Also, Christmas, we got holidays around the world. I don't think we're going to see much volatility. I think we're going to see a little bit of a range formation. And we're just going to remain a little bit patient. But if you have some spare cash on the sidelines. I mean, I've been spending a lot of cash on accumulation, and right now, throughout many cryptocurrencies, I'm at break-even levels. If we do drop slightly more, 10-20%, I'm actually going to be in unrealized losses. But overall, we crashed back down, so we're just riding this movement back down through entry zone. I mean, some other altcoins such as Constellation DAG, I mean, this didn't retrace that much to the entry zone. This is one of them that did actually manage to make that 4x from the accumulation, but now still down 50% approximately from those highs, almost 50%. So yeah, we're just holding on, guys. Whoever that has been joining in throughout the last few weeks, I mean, this is the moment to start DCAing. This is the moment to start thinking of a DCAing strategy, okay? We're very far away in topping out. I want to explain how in last Christmas, okay, not last Christmas, in December of the previous cycle, there was a few days before the 25th of December, before Christmas Day, that we actually got a significant drop of 10%, all right? This is kind of, right, some people saying, hey, are we going to get Santa rally? Are we going to get a major crash, okay, before we get, before Christmas? Because people are selling to buy presents and to go on holiday and all of this, right? Speculation throughout different investors. When we do take a look at the previous cycle and we go to December, I mean, what is interesting, all right? And there's so many other different charts that I want to talk about throughout this live stream, guys, that are extremely interesting, okay? Extremely interesting similarities from last December, okay? Just before the ETF launched, all right, in January of 2024. Some very interesting scenarios and movements on the price that are very, very similar that I want to talk about, okay? And explain you where we are in this cycle. So major collapse, I know, legends. I hope everybody is safe. I missed out on this bounce as well as a trade. It was a trading plan that I had today, however, didn't manage, got the first bottom, got stopped out here at a minor loss. Then we were trading beneath. I mean, this was a support zone, however, it was very much difficult for me to catch here this major wick to the downside. Remain patient, all right, not trying to catch any falling knife here. There was a strategy behind this potential long setup, and today was basically a break-even day, basically in a slight loss, okay, because where the price did manage to recover after getting another $2,000 drop, I was interested in this low over here, and also the value area low of this entire trading zone, which was also with the 7.8 Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high, the wick low, okay, 7.8, and on Coinbase, it was actually the 0.88. So we did get one first reaction bounce of $1,000. Okay, nice sniper trade, slightly in profits, then back down to entry zone, was looking for a local double bottom. I'll be explaining that scenario throughout this stream, but did not manage to catch this bounce on Bitcoin, but was looking for longs here in this range. Just managed risk, and then we got the volatility to the downside, and then got an epic bounce. We need to talk about altcoins, okay? Very important, because altcoins have, extremely collapsed, okay? Without a doubt. Some coins from the highs that we created a few weeks ago are down 50% and even 60%. And, you might be saying, oh my goodness. I have to say, guys, this is not a moment to panic. My spot, especially spot buys, right? A lot of people are, on Twitter especially, I'm out, right? I'm 80% out. This could be dangerous. This could be the start of a recession and rest of it. Bitcoin getting a significant bounce of a few $1,000s. So far, so good. We got a, pretty interesting bounce on Bitcoin. I want to talk about this indicator, guys. Very important to understand the pi cycle top. This is higher time frame, okay? Higher time frame. Of course, we could see more corrections coming down in the next coming weeks, but this is a very, very good higher time frame indicator to basically predict where the top could be in, or very close in being in, guys, okay? It's very important for all of those spot buyers that are looking to hold long term and they basically don't care about the short term volatility. This has to be a great indicator to, for all of those people that want to take profit on their spot bags, the ones that have been buying for the last few years or even the last few months. It's a great indicator, extremely accurate, guys. It has actually predicted the top, or been very close to the top throughout all of the Bitcoin cycles, okay? And you can find this on indicators here on TradingView. It's just basically pi cycle top indicator for Bitcoin if you type that on indicators. And I remember seeing this top single flashing right over here in 2021, basically before that crash in May. Then we formed a double top, you know, but overall this was the top, round about $62,000. We managed to reach $69,000 on some exchanges here. But yeah, just a few $1,000s, slightly more after that pump in October and November of 2021. Extremely accurate indicator, guys. Take into consideration for all of those people that are holding for the long term and looking to sell later on, okay? We're going to be talking about the technical analysis, guys. We're getting a little bit of a bounce right now. Nice little bounce of, you know, about $5,000 throughout today. And we are going to go through the altcoins, all right? A little bit of the strategy here on altcoins. It's, you know, extremely regarding investments, okay? There's the trading part and then there's the investment part. Spot bags, I couldn't care less about this drop. It is what it is. Lots of them. And now I'm really saying, you know, for all of those people that did not buy throughout September, October, right? Part of November, got the rally, we got the interest going up. I had friends and family throughout the last few weeks, okay? Hey, what shall we buy? What, this is the other, this, that, the other, right? This is a clear signal of a local top. It is without a doubt a clear signal. Now the crash has happened. We have seen the FUD. Oh my goodness, recession, right? This is all what we need to see for that big healthy correction. And now is the moment to start DCAing. I mean, I'm not going to DCA back in 𝗬𝗨 network because this is basically at my average entry zone where we are trading today, which is, yeah, around about the 11-cent zone, 10, 11-cent areas where we basically talked about 𝗬𝗨 network. ICP as well, around about the $9, $10 zone before buying up, right? Many different other ones. I mean, Constellation DAG, eventually, we're still very much in the profits from this one. But all of these different good projects, yeah, now is the moment. Whoever we talked about these different cryptocurrencies, guys, not interested in buying. We have PRQ as well that's doing pretty damn good. PRQ is one of them that we mentioned a couple of weeks ago here, also around about the 11-12 cent zone before the breakout. This one dropped, got a major bounce today. It's doing extremely well. This is holding pretty nicely. This is still a 2x from the buying zone that we mentioned just in the last couple of weeks. But these different ones, ICP, awesome project. What a major pullback. I can't believe this has actually made this significant pullback. So yeah, around about $10, $9, I think is just great zone to start DCAing, okay? Now, the moment that we find a little bit of a proof of support, right? This is what was mentioned yesterday about the altcoins. You know, not too interested in adding to swing long positions or to basically be buying very aggressively. I mean, I've been buying at, you know, with at these cryptos throughout September, October. Lots of them are in the buying zone. What I would want to see after these kind of corrective moves, all right, and this has to be for 1 or 2 weeks at least, because this is a lower time frame correction. We got a lower time frame pump and a lower time frame correction compared to this one. But basically what I want to see is this range formation where we are bottoming out and we're getting into another small reaccumulation scenario, okay? This is basically what I want to see. You know, the moment the price, could we get a V shape? We could. This is why DCAing is not a bad option, guys. I have to say, we are still in bull run. The pullback has been absolutely epic on some of them, 40%, some of them 50%, right, from the highs of the last few weeks. I have to say, you know, this is the moment that you want to start DCAing. We've been very much aware of the pump throughout many different cryptos. We do not buy the pump. We start considering buying the retracement or getting into a very low leverage swing long position. If we get a movement down, you know, you're not getting liquidated. You could potentially add ever so slightly to that position. Your liquidation is still very far away because you're really not using a 5 or a 10x, right? We're looking at below 4x max if you're looking to swing trade these corrections. If you're using more than a 5, 6x, you're eventually going to get liquidated with this move. There's $1.2 or $1.4 billion worth of long liquidations. Stay safe in this market, guys. These pullbacks are part of the game, all right? And if you are looking to get into some swing longs on altcoins, use extremely low leverage, all right, and very small amounts of capital. Swing trading means that the trade could last weeks or even months. They're no quick gains in swing trading. Low leverage, and understand, you know, where the accumulation area could be, right? Super important, guys, to understand this, because I know a lot of people are just going to say, yeah, screw you. You're going to use a 3x leverage on altcoins. I'm going to use a 10x. We're in bull market. This is going to continue. And then we get these surprise dumps, right? Which, you know, a lot of people, you know, got liquidated. A lot of people are panicking throughout this drop. So it's just a walk in the park, guys. Again, it is crypto. Welcome. Welcome to crypto. Anybody that is new throughout the last few months, this is what we have, guys. This is crypto, baby. We are enjoying this volatility, and it's actually, you know, bringing us a good buying zone. Bitcoin's getting a pretty nice bounce, I have to say. Pretty nice bounce. I really wanted to catch along here. Did have one attempt, but, you know, I failed on that attempt with a slight tiny loss, and just didn't want to catch, guys, this long trade. Whoever's, you know, really trying to catch this major falling knife, you know, I guess it's very, very difficult to manage risk. I love to manage risk. Managing risk in trading is like key. So I missed out in this bounce, guys. However, I was very much aware of the possibility of the price bouncing in this zone, just because of the confluence that we had. And why was that the confluence? Well, basically a liquidity grab beneath this higher time frame, higher low. You got the value area low from the last few weeks here, also maintaining as support. And just with this major move to the downside, you know, very, very volatile, very, very strong move down. At some point, we are going to bounce, right? So, you know, right now getting that bounce of over $5,000 throughout the last few hours. I want to explain a little bit with these waves, because throughout yesterday's live stream, you know, we were talking about the potential of the price forming a 5-wave move here. This point of control did act a little bit as support from this range, looking at Bybit, okay? Overall, a lot of choppiness. You know, looking for a possible reversal here. However, the price continued to the downside. There was a short trading setup mentioned in the Legends trading community, which was basically taking out this high. It would be nice to take out this high and then continue to the downside. We were obviously, you know, Aiden looking for some short trades following the momentum. However, that high was not taken here. Now this point of control is what could be acting a little bit as resistance. However, I do think that these highs could be taken. This $98,000 range, we are really attempting to hit those highs. We're going to go through the technical analysis, understanding a little bit of the waves that have happened here. Are we going to be ranging, especially entering into the weekend? Absolutely yes. That is what I think. Weekends are very well known for, you know, just ranges. Today, Friday, we are ending, you know, the week, and we're going to see a little bit of ranging throughout the weekend, very, very likely. So we want to try and detect those day trading and scalping opportunities. The long trading setup that I attempted today was right over here from these lows, which we actually tapped very nicely. This was actually the previous week low. When you do take a look at the weekly chart, the previous week low was sitting exactly right over here. Now I was looking with the Legends trading community for that reaction bounce. Very good entry. We almost bounced $1,000. We can see how the price dips beneath it, then starts pumping very, very nicely, almost $1,000 from that previous week low. and then the price just continued to the downside, was looking for a local double bottom and got stopped out from the position, and then the price continued to the downside. You know, just a little bit of a waterfall here, and I was just not interested in trying to catch the low here. Okay, this is like very, very dangerous to basically, you know, that there is a level that I'm waiting for a reaction. We did get the reaction, we did get the SFP, triggered the long, we were getting a nice little bounce. I was expecting for the price to actually, you know, gain some momentum here to the upside. However, we came down, stopped out, continued to the downside. We did not double bottom locally, so I didn't have another attempt, and we're just grinding down here, you know, just over $1,500. So, you know, for me, I didn't see any clear long setup in this range. You know, people that are longing from higher, that are looking to, you know, basically long, add to the position. You know, you have extreme danger with this kind of strategy, basically. Now, we're gonna go through the levels, the technical analysis, analyze a little bit of the waves, the levels of resistance. It does look like that we are going to take out yesterday's highs. Okay. Sorry, today's highs, this morning's highs at $98,000. Okay, there is a very likely scenario that we are just going to take these highs. All right, which is we are on our way to hit those highs here very, very nicely, and I do believe that, you know, this is just going to happen now throughout the next coming minutes. Is this a good level to short, right, or are we going to get a V-shaped recovery? This is what we are going to analyze very carefully, okay, because I'm interested in this bounce. All right, I wouldn't say that the price is going to V-shape and we're going to go to $102,000-$103,000. However, who knows? There's so much bearishness that has happened throughout the last 24 hours that the price might as well just V-shape, right? The bearishness has been epic. We're already starting to see some people throughout Twitter, right, throughout X, sorry, you know, already calling $85,000, $70,000, right, where we do have a CME futures gap. And, you know, when we already start seeing these massive bearish targets is when the price does get a pretty significant bounce. Okay, so overall, we're going to go through the technical analysis here, guys, going through the levels and the different scenarios, try and understand, you know, how we've moved to the downside here. Is this a corrective structure? Is this corrective, or is it impulsive? There is a way in counting this as a corrective move, but there's also a way in counting it as a bearish, okay, impulsive move to the downside. Okay, looking at Elliott wave theory on trying to understand, there's a lot of micro waves here. So we're going to go a little bit in detail on this price action to the downside. You know, is this bearish, or is it actually a corrective move and we're going to get a recovery? So we're going to talk about some certain levels of invalidation, certain levels of interest for a trading setup. I mean, my level of interest was the previous week low, had an attempt, out of the position. So I'm not in a long position like an epic, I catch the bottom kind of trade, because I just don't trade like that, guys. But you know, this was a beautiful level. The reaction was there, the trading plan was there. We did get a bounce of almost $1,000, and then we just broke down from the low and continued to the downside. Now, I have to say, this long position, let me know, guys, who is in a long position from on Bitcoin at $92,000, right, where we just basically hit, right, 92,500, because I didn't manage to catch that long. It was a lack of confluence. We were moving down pretty impulsively. Volume was decreasing, but I had, you know, a lack of confluence to believe that I want to get into a long trade here in this area. Okay, lack of confluence, just didn't have a trading setup, a strategy, where to put my stop loss. If I don't know where to put stop loss, guys, you know, I'm not going to enter the trade. It's that simple, right? And I know there's a lot of lunatics in the trading space that will just long, I have no stop loss, like Jason Casper says, where is your stop loss? I have no stop loss. We need to have trading plans, guys, and clear invalidation levels, because I used to trade like that many years ago, where you just, yeah, this is going to bounce at some point, I'm just going to enter here, it has to reverse. And I don't, you know, I'm very much you know, fearful of the people that trade like this. There has been over 1 billion long liquidations throughout the last 24 hours, right? I do have I do have a tweet on that somewhere here. Basically on the basically a 1.3 billion leverage crypto positions wiped out. A lot of people are against leverage, but I have to say leverage trading is absolutely wonderful once you do create those plans. Of course, it is a little bit time consuming to create the plans and look for the trading strategies, but $1.3 billion worth of long liquidations in the last 24 hours. This is the kind of trading which is people expecting a reversal and adding to the position very aggressively. And, you know, it's just, you know, throughout the last few days, you know, some people must have been, you know, adding to long positions, right? It's the only way I come to that conclusion of this entire amount of liquidation event, right? This is how it happens. I would rather want to miss the trade than just say, okay, this has to bounce at some point and you're getting into longs, right? And this is the kind of moment that the price could actually waterfall, right? It could waterfall and drop another extra $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 out of nowhere, right? These kind of flash crashes, they happen more to the downside. So when you want to try and catch the bottom on a major liquidation event, right, on a major drop, it's just extremely dangerous, right? You could have specific levels. I had a level here. It got a bounce, got stopped out here at an extreme minor loss because basically stop loss was beneath the low, and we broke down and, you know, just said, you know, remaining patient to see what happens here if we do form a little bit of a range of a wedge. And we actually kind of V-shaped recovered very nicely throughout the last few hours. So anyway, we're going to go through the Bitcoin technical analysis. Just stay safe, guys. This is a walk in the park, for especially if you have, you know, your spot bags, okay? A lot of people, this is the kind of mistake where people get out of crypto after the drop, right? And look at the bounce that we're having right now on Bitcoin. Look at the bounce that we're having on major different altcoins. It's a moment to remain patient, right? Remain patient, because this is I did read some tweets from some people actually saying, I'm out 80% of crypto, I'm in cash right now, just after the drop, right? And it's like, chill out. This is a correction in the bull run, right? We're very likely going to be ranging. Could we go to ever slightly lower levels? But, you know, there's no signs that this has to be the top. So the FUD is beautiful. The liquidation event is absolutely beautiful as well, based, you know, on long liquidations. This is just what the market needs to actually get a bounce, right? This is actually the moment where you want to get that bounce. So regarding altcoin spot buys, I have to say, lots of them are in good opportunity zones to reaccumulate. I rather want to see a little bit of a range formation, okay? A little bit of a range. This is what we detect here, especially throughout the last few months. Once you form that range, okay, after the pump and dump, you form that range, you know, throughout many weeks. That is the moment that you want to go pretty aggressively and buying some cryptos, right? Because this is an accumulation event. And what I would want to see here, even though I'm aware of a V shape in the coming weeks, it would be nice to see a little bit of a range formation just for 1 to 2 weeks, right? You actually see that wedgie structure, that inverted head and shoulder, descending, you know, wedge, or even a symmetrical triangle kind of pattern here, a little bit of a sideways momentum. Some people might think it's a bear flag and you might going to break down. For the moment, what I want to see is the price bottoming out, basically, right? Bottoming out. So overall, starting to DCA, Fowler network, thank God to that. This came exactly to the entry zone, almost the same as ICP. Just exactly at the zone that we were screaming accumulation here throughout the last few weeks, guys. Any legit followers when we were talking about spot buying, right? For all of those people that are not leverage trading, right? And you want to buy on spot, a lot of the coins have come to entry zone. Well, a lot of them. I mean, I do have ICP here. I do have Fowler network as well. They are at entry zone from the last couple of months. So, yeah, not to worry. Just a big crash. I hope everybody is safe. Flux is back in the range, baby. Yeah, Flux as well. Flux is a very, very good project. And without a doubt, these kind of dips that are very scary, that they have to be, this is the zone. What I'm speculating on Flux here is a double 1-2. Is a double 1-2. As long as you do not take out this low right over here, we are still good in the game. We are in the game. I mean, after such a major pump and dump, it does not make sense for this to actually break down. Okay, break down very aggressively, unless we have a delisting of an exchange, right? Just like we saw in Acropolis. This is an awesome project. I still think, anybody that hasn't bought Flux the last few months in this range, obviously you don't want to buy on the pump. Now's your moment. Now's your moment on this correction. So, sadly, lost some leverage positions. Yeah, this is the thing with altcoins. You need to use a 4 or a 3x, even a 4x. The price drops 25% in the last 24 hours. You're gonna get liquidated. So the fact that you can leverage altcoins or meme coins with over a 10x, I think it's pretty insane, because a 5%, 10% move on altcoins happen in minutes, right? It's just be careful with big leverage, okay, on altcoins, guys, because if it goes against you, you are going to get liquidated, and don't risk more than you're willing to lose. This is why I say, risk 0.5% of your capital, then you can add another 0.5, and if you're using a 3-4x leverage, right, your liquidation price, is going to be down here, or it's going to be down here. Of course, if you're using a 10x, then, forget about it, right? The drop is going to eat you up. 10x on Bitcoin, even Ethereum is kind of acceptable. It's still high on Ethereum, I think a 10x, but 10x on Bitcoin, 20x on Bitcoin is just about right. Unless you're scalping, using if you could use a 50x if you want on Bitcoin, if you're scalping small little ranges. But yeah, just stay very, very cautious on altcoins, guys, with high leverage, because you're just going to get exterminated with these kind of drops that we've had, right, the last couple of days. Anyway, let's go right away. I'm having so much fun, but I didn't put in what I can lose. Okay, cheeseburger. Yeah, this is classic, right? This is classic. I remember in the previous cycle, I was all in, guys. I'm just going to give a little story here. Based on, I entered crypto in 2018, okay? I was working as a welder. I was studying technical analysis and the markets, right? It started with the stock market, S&P, and also the DAX market in 2017, learning how to read the charts and technical analysis back in 2017. Now, in 2018, I got into crypto. I literally got in the bear market, right? The middle of 2018, entering into the summer. This is when I was starting, getting into crypto. I bought the Bitcoin standard and, very much understanding blockchain technology and how Bitcoin's going to revolutionize, right? And cryptocurrencies. So I started buying very aggressively. And anyway, this is just a little story, guys, on when I entered crypto. I started, learning technical analysis and trading back in mid 2017. I didn't know about crypto just yet, but then obviously the hype happened, right? And then entered throughout the bear market. So understanding that this could have been the top of the cycle and we're going to enter a bear market, I understood, starting to learn about the cycles. I was going all in here, guys. I was going all in. I literally had a couple of $1,000s in the bank account. I was learning about trading, starting to be profitable in 2019 with my trading, just getting out of the break-even stage after 2 years. But I was all in on crypto, right? Any profits that I made, anything that I made from my wages, from my 9-to-5 job, it was all going on Bitcoin, all going on different altcoins. And then the C19 crash happened. Now, I was out. I didn't have any cash. I was all in. This portfolio was down 70%. This was devastating, guys, for me, because I didn't have any dry powder. And, this is the moment that you want to have dry powder. These kind of drops. And, when you compare the drop here to what's happened, in the last few days, I mean, this is literally a baby, right? I would say that maybe we can get another 10% crash, correction on Bitcoin, and then it's going to start looking very, very interesting without a doubt. But yeah, I didn't have any spares. I didn't have any spare cash, so I couldn't buy much cryptocurrencies. You know, $200 there, a $300 here, which turned out to be the best investment. You know, the small amount of cash. This is always important to have some cash on the sidelines as well, just for any major events like this, right? Because this is the moment that is going to be your best opportunity. When I fast forward to Bitcoin, I mean, yeah, this is really not much of a crash. On altcoins, it looks very, very interesting to start DCAing, right? Start DCAing on some altcoins on this corrective move. And it looks extremely, you know, attractive throughout many different altcoins, okay? I want to explain, before we jump in through Bitcoin technical analysis, guys, I think we need to do a little bit of this kind of live stream where we need to go through, you know, a little bit of the overall strategy for the next coming months, okay? Because without a doubt, I know a lot of people will be in panic mode here, okay? A lot of people will be like, you know, wow, you know, has this been the top for Bitcoin? I'm not too sure about altcoins. Should I exit the position? We've been aware throughout the pump in November, you know, first 1 to 2 weeks in you know, in November as well, on many different altcoins to not buy on spot on the pump, guys. You know, I'm just very much worried about people FOMOing in, because you can see this throughout the world, right? A lot of interest on Google Trends, altcoins, cryptos, right? Throughout the last couple of months, right? Between November and December, lots of people must have FOMOed into some of these pumps, and now they're like, holy moly, I'm in the red, I'm down 30, 40, or even 50%. And that is the moment, right? You want to go against those people that have been foaming in on those pumps throughout November and part of December. So DCA is without a doubt a good moment throughout multiple good crypto projects, okay? And these dumps, we just ride them, guys. You know, we just ride them. Anyway, let's go through the comment section. I'm going to go through. Andy, please take a look at 𝗬𝗚. 𝗬𝗚 is one of them that is down for me 50%, okay? I'm down 50% on 𝗬𝗚. Not much to say on 𝗬𝗚 when we do take a look at the chart, okay? We can do so right away here. Why not? Why not? Let's take a look at 𝗬𝗚. PRQ is doing absolutely awesome. This is one of them. This is actually still at a 2x almost since the buying zone. So I'm surprised that this one did not actually get a much larger pullback throughout these last few days. So PRQ was one of our latest altcoins. We didn't detect many after PRQ. It was just like, okay, guys, most of them are breaking out from the zone, so we're not interested in buying any of the cryptos that are breaking out, right? Some of them are back down in the zone again. So I would say, okay, now is the moment to, you know, DCA again, if you wish, on the pullback. We want to buy the pullbacks eventually, not the breakouts. So PRQ was one of the latest ones just a few weeks ago that we say, okay, this one's in the zone, we can buy up. 𝗬𝗚 is another one. And 𝗬𝗚 did not play out as the rest of the dozen of altcoins that we mentioned throughout the last few weeks, okay? And 𝗬𝗚 is one of them that is in the red big time. I'm down 50% on this one on the spot buys, guys. However, I didn't put much on this one on these low cap cryptos. I look to allocate 0.3 to 0.4%, right, of my total portfolio. So it's just a little bit of a hit. I go more heavy on the bigger cryptos, such as Chainlink. I mean, Chainlink is over 15% of my portfolio. So, you know, these are the ones that are defending your capital, the big projects, Bitcoin, Ethereum eventually. But Chainlink is, you know, I've been studying Chainlink throughout the last few years, and I've been studying the chart on Chainlink, and I will go heavy on the cryptos that I know, and I will do proper technical analysis, understanding the chart on the crypto that I'm invested most heavily, right? And these red boxes have been here throughout the last, you know, this one, obviously we were talking about this 2 years ago in 2022 and entering into 2023. And then this recent one here, just the last few months before getting this leg to the upside, saying, you know, I didn't actually buy more here because the amount of Chainlink that I bought here, and I did not buy here. I was considering even selling just to, but this is more for trading, right? Spot buys, I've been holding Chainlink for years now, and I don't buy and sell. I just buy and hold, accumulate. And this was a massive accumulation for me. Whoever's been a legit follower for the last few years, right, couple of years, they know that I was almost on every single live stream, at least 2 live streams a week throughout 2022, entering into 2023, guys. All right, guys, buying a bit more Chainlink here in this range. You know, been buying in between $6 and $7 on an average range. And eventually these kind of dips are like, yeah, you know, I was about to buy a little bit more here on Chainlink, but I really kept the analysis for those people that wanted to buy Chainlink. I said, hey, I'm not buying more, but this is the second and last opportunity, right, to buy. And these are the solid ones. This is why Chainlink is it's my biggest altcoin holding. Okay, I have more Bitcoin than Chainlink eventually, but Chainlink, I hold more Chainlink than Ethereum in my portfolio dollar-wise. And you know, I've been studying. I know this one's going to do extremely well, and you know, I thoroughly go through the chart very carefully on where I am buying. And even I could have bought more Chainlink here, but then I take a look at how much Chainlink I have in my portfolio, and I'm thinking, bro, stop. You know, stop buying Chainlink. You got a silly amount of Chainlink. Why would you want to buy some more? You know, diversify on different crypto altcoins, right? Take a shot on different cryptos. But we were understanding based on Elliott Wave theory that, you know, this was the second and last opportunity zone to buy Chainlink. And even though I expect higher on prices on Chainlink, this is without a doubt not a zone to buy in an accumulation perspective. Because what if something devastating happens worldwide, whatever, and this ends up being a corrective ABC, right? This is a movement down ABC, and we enter that bear market throughout, you know, 2025, 26, and we just, you know, you need to be well defended here. So, you know, I would never say in a million years, you know, accumulate Chainlink here. We've been talking about accumulation on Chainlink for the last couple of years. This was a big yes. This was a big no right there. I was actually bearish on Chainlink at the $19, $20 range, saying, guys, this is going to pull back big time. And this was like, guys, we are ready here. Anybody that wants to buy Chainlink, you know, this is the second and last opportunity to buy up before we break out. So lots of different altcoins, you know, haven't been working out as predicted, right? Lots of them, yes, but some of them, no. And 𝗬AI is one of them, right? 𝗬AI, I hold a little bit of 𝗬AI. This one, I am down 50% because I literally bought the speculative breakout. Now, we are testing the lows here on 𝗬AI, okay? We are testing the lows right over here. A little bit of an SFP zone. You know, this is just like a liquidity grab. I know this one can be used, that this one can be traded throughout multiple exchanges. But the fact that we've come all the way down to these lows and getting a reaction, I have to say, you know, if you want to, this has to be the moment to scoop up some. If you want to scoop up some at really good levels, you know, we love price action testing lows of a range, just like this right over here. As you test the highs, you could double top. You know, there is the risk of the double top or the breakout, right? As you coming from massive selling pressure, you know, for me, this is still an accumulation zone. Despite of whatever happens here on 𝗬AI, you know, this is an accumulation area. So the thing is about 𝗬AI, yeah, well, you could test the bear market lows, but this, you know, I don't see the price breaking down successfully here and this basically dying, right? You are going to test lows. You're going to get that volatility. So anything that you buy in this area, will eventually recover at some point in the next coming weeks. Will eventually recover at some point in the next coming weeks, whether this is the moment or not. But you're just going to have to hold on onto that volatility and range situation. Okay, so just like this has been a double top, this could also be a double bottom formation. Okay, double top, yes, this is basically what happened. Double bottom here could be also the case. So with that conclusion, especially after a pump and dump and a range formation, you would say this has to be one of the best buying areas that you could have. Anyway, what about banana coin? What about fart coin, right? Fart coin is the one that has been ripping, and let's take a look at fart coin, because this one has been ripping throughout the last in the last couple of weeks. Anyway, this one's done a 5x in just about 2 weeks. Absolutely awesome. Stay cautious. Thank you, man. Guyilian, you're very much welcome, my brother. How many likes do we have on the stream? Are we? Let me just double check here on the like button, guys. I'm not sure how many super chats. Do we have any super chats? I don't see any super chats, so that means that's a good sign. I'm not missing anybody. But yeah, please do Bitcoin. You're damn right. We need to take a look at Bitcoin here without a doubt. Okay, Bitcoin so far getting a pretty nice bounce. There is this higher time frame chart that I want to go through, guys, which is absolutely epic. It is basically the global liquidity, the M2 chart. And I do not think, the global liquidity has been going down throughout the last couple of years, obviously with the interest rates going up. This looks absolutely epic. Okay, I'm actually surprised about Bitcoin getting this major rally in the last 1.5 years with the global liquidity going down, because I will go through Bitcoin in just 1 second, guys, but this is extremely interesting. This is without a doubt the possibility of entering into a super cycle, because we are in a global liquidity cycle. There's cycles every 3-4 years, and the latest one obviously just after the C19 crash. And now 4 years later, we are, I do expect that we are going to see money printer going on. Okay. For the moment, they've been pretty tight in the US. Economy ain't doing that bad, but the moment it does do bad, then obviously we're going to see that money printer go on. And we've been, the bull runs, not only for Bitcoin, but also for the stock market and rest of it. And rest of the risky assets, they are followed by global liquidity, right? You get money printer going on, more liquidity, right? And especially in just after the C19 crash, this was the money printing activity. We entered an epic bull run, right, into 2021 after all of this money printing that was going on. Surprisingly enough, we've been having the interest rates going up. Not much money printing activity, inflation going down. This will have to reverse at some point, and this is what tells me there is the potential of Bitcoin actually entering a super cycle, right, or even continuing to much higher levels throughout 2025 once the money printer goes on. Once this we have any issue worldwide, what you do have when there's a major event or a recession that takes 6 months, 1 year to recover, or whatever it takes, you have a big devastating collapse on the markets, right? Just like the C19 crash, just like many other crashes that have happened throughout history. You get the big bad event, markets crashing, especially risk assets crashing. But what comes after that is a huge, massive recovery, an inevitable recovery that is followed by big money printing activity. As inflation is going up as well, people want to protect their money, and they put it into different assets. This is why Bitcoin, without a doubt, has to be one of the best assets with out there to actually protect from inflation once we get a devastating news out. Okay, so this is why it's important to actually have some cash on the sidelines as well. I've been selling Bitcoin at 90,000, also a little bit above $100,000. not selling all of it, but that is to have cash on the sidelines. You know, I've been here in the game throughout the last few years, and eventually you want to take some profits. This is why if you're buying for the long term, then I would say, yeah, buy Bitcoin now. You know, buy a bit now. Why not? You know, have some Bitcoin. It's more risky not having Bitcoin than having Bitcoin at $100,000, right? So buy a bit now. If we correct to lower levels, you know, this is like, I'm talking about an investment point, right? So no financial advice, of course, as always. Cadena pullback over. Link is going to $100, says Justin. Without a doubt, my man. Without a doubt. Chainlink to $100? Yeah, without a doubt. You know, this is why I bought so much Chainlink throughout the last couple of years. I did not buy any more Chainlink here. But Chainlink to $100 or even more? Yeah, bring it on. Of course it is. Anyway, let's focus on Bitcoin. And I'm sorry, guys, just wanted to give a little bit of a story, a little bit of chat here about, you know, also global liquidity, the 𝗫𝗫 top indicator. It is time for Bitcoin, legends. It is time for Bitcoin. So shall we go through Bitcoin? Yes, $100 Link is coming. The fact that Link is my biggest holding in my portfolio from altcoins, okay? Not, I have more Bitcoin dollar-wise than Chainlink, okay? But I hold more Link in dollars, right, than Ethereum. The fact that we've had this dip, for me, it's a bit of a walk in the park, guys. You know, portfolio has taken a hit. You know, I'm very pissed off on many different altcoins, such as ICP as well. I mean, ICP, I'm down of, I don't know, about $50,000 profit from the ICP that I bought. You know, this was getting above $15, absolutely epic. You know, bought $60,000 of ICP around about the $9-10 range. It was going to above 100k. I wanted to make a quick flip on this one, back down to entry zone. It's like, oh, you know, I didn't make any profits. I was looking for a quick flip because I was targeting the March highs. So it doesn't matter, right? As long as we're not in unrealized losses, then we are good, right? We are good. We can hold on this ride, not to worry. So yeah, all good. You know, a little bit pissed off. Guys, I'm testing out this exchange. 𝗬𝗲 has been testing it out. I'm testing it out. It is weeks, guys. Absolutely epic exchange. You do have an incredible bonus down below of $20,000. It's just an email and a password signing up. This is absolutely wonderful. You know, I know a lot of people are, you know, I can't trade here, this, that, the other, you know, identification. Weeks is great because just with an email and a password, you can sign up. Also Bluffin. So, you know, you got these two, which are great exchanges. You have the links down below in the description, guys. For Weeks, you can trade hundreds of altcoins right there. You can buy also on spot. Check the link down below, guys. You got that great deposit bonus. Let's focus on Bitcoin, guys. I think it's about time. It is about time to focus on Bitcoin, okay? It's about time, okay? Enough talk, enough higher time frame. I need to give a little bit of hope to the people that are in crypto, especially after this major drop on altcoins. On Bitcoin, it's been a bit of a walk in the park. You know, we're still at $100,000 basically, right? Bitcoin's just still kind of at 100k. So not much for Bitcoin. Bitcoin portfolio is just, it's actually an insane profits if you've been buying throughout the last few years. So not to worry. Anyway, it's dumping. It is moving back down. It is moving back down ever so slightly. Let's analyze the price of Bitcoin. Why not? And try and understand a little bit of this structure that we have had to the downside. Okay, let's do the technical analysis. Let's talk about the levels and try and understand a little bit of this move. Shout out to 𝗬𝗲, by the way. Odin, I can see you. It's definitely not the top for Bitcoin. Odin here, the man himself, saying it is definitely not the top for Bitcoin. I also believe so, that it's not the top. Best indicator, guys, out there, in my opinion, on the higher time frame is the 𝗫𝗫 top indicator. This has predicted accurately every Bitcoin top, or been very close to so, right? Check it out. This is on Tradingview, right? 𝗫𝗫 top indicator for Bitcoin. You know, once we see this flashing, and thanks to this, I actually sold 25% of my Bitcoin and altcoins after this major major indicator as well, apart from technical analysis. But thanks to this as well, pi cycle top indicator, we were having a distribution event here on the lower time frames as well, right? On the basically the daily time frame. Many signs to say get out, or at least sell a significant chunk of your cryptocurrency. And you know, this is without a doubt one of the best higher time frame indicators to spot the top for Bitcoin. Let's go through the technical analysis, quickly go through the comment section. Please start with the analysis. You're damn right, because if not, people are gonna leave. Right. Let's try and understand this drop on Bitcoin. Okay. Let's try and understand this drop on Bitcoin that we've had throughout the last few days and analyze the waves, because after yesterday's drop, we broke down significantly here. Okay, there was no double bottom, there was no nothing here. It just basically broke down. So when you do take a look at the wave formations, there is several ways in looking at this. Okay, we could actually still be inside of an impulsive move down. This is why I would also be quite interested in some short scenarios here on the, you know, higher time frame. If we do take a look at the movement down from the all-time high, you know, this is pretty crazy to count, right? What the hell has happened here, right? You got 7 waves, right? Well, you could never have 7 waves. You just need to count them on the lower time frame, right? And you need to basically understand hang on a second here, guys, just checking some things. You just need to basically understand the microwaves, right? So yesterday we were speculating on this being a wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 right over here, wave 4 and wave 5, and look for the wave 5 to actually get back above the lows, which it did not, and then, you know, get a major bounce to claim above, you know, $102,000, which it didn't, right? So we just continued to the downside here, and we got a little consolidation and then continued back down. And now here is where I come to the conclusion of, you know, what if we are inside of a much larger corrective move to the downside here, where we are going to see lower prices in the coming days, which I think is the highest probability, despite of the price getting above 98k and even 103k. I think the price is very much likely going to form a lower high at some point, to continue to lower levels. Okay, so if we do analyze this this momentum, you could actually speculate that this has been your first initial wave 1, wave 2. Okay, so we're going to speculate on this being a wave 1 and wave 2 right over here. All of this possibly being a wave 3, and we're still in the formation of a wave 4. And the main reason why I come to this conclusion is because of this movement down that we had throughout the last 2 days that has completed a 5-wave move, right, in the yellow. So that wave 3 in green, you know, has been formed by 5 waves down. Just because we have 5 waves here, and from the all-time high we got this initial wave down and then the bounce, you know, I have to come to that conclusion that this could be a scenario. Wave 4's common retracement, okay, if we are looking at this as a wave 3 in the yellow, so basically starting your fib from this pivot high to the pivot low, retraces in between the 382 and the 50% Fibonacci, and this is a higher time frame level. Now we are rejecting from the 382. However, this is not an easy short position to enter, just because of the lower highs that you have here. I mean, preferably, and this might happen later on, okay, I mean, I'm gonna talk about a setup here on the stream, because, yeah, this is this is very much possible. It's all about creating plans, and this is very much possible. Sorry, guys, I'm getting a bit of hiccups. This is very much possible that could happen here. That we could actually come and hit this zone later on, okay? And the main reason why is because the price moves in waves. It would be nice, as we formed a large, 5-wave move down the last couple of days, it's time for a bit of a range, especially entering into the weekend, which is great. Weekends are very well known as a ranging formation zone. So as we've had a very aggressive move down, which we have to speculate in this wave 3, right? Just because we have 5 waves down here, you cannot count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no such thing in Elliott wave theory. So you have to basically, still continue the waves and say, okay, well, we're going to have to zoom in on the lower time frames and come to the conclusion that, this was wave 1, wave 2, and inside, this was basically a double 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you have 5 waves down here. So you just need to come to this conclusion on the bearish case. There is a bullish case, which this is a corrective structure. But as we form these different waves, you just have to come with this different scenario. And the most common retracement here, based on counting this as a wave 3, and the wave 4 needs to top out in between the 382 and the 50% Fibonacci. Your invalidation is basically the golden pocket, which is sitting at $100,000. If we were to come back as high as this zone, this will invalidate for me the possibility of an impulsive move to the downside, and that we are unlikely going to break down successfully to extreme low levels, okay? We could go to lower levels even if we do hit this zone, but if we hit this zone, I'm going to be quite confident that we are going to be ranging for the next 1 to 2 weeks. Yes, we could take out the low again, but the low after hitting this high will not break down successfully and go to $70,000 minus, right? So this is crucial to hit $100,000 at this moment. Just because we have continued this movement down with more waves yesterday, because I know I said yesterday, guys, if we claim this low, I do see, I'm going to become bearish. This is going to be a bounce, and then we lower high, and then we continue to the downside. But the fact that the waves continued to the downside, this has changed the map, okay? The map has been changed. This is why the most important price action is the next price action that happens in the next coming hours, to try and detect the different probabilities, right? So this tells me that the impulse is continuing to the downside, or that we have formed a double zigzag, which is, it is uncommon, but it could happen. And a double zigzag for me will be confirmed as soon as the price gets above $100,000. If the price does manage to get above $100,000, I'll be talking about the short trading scenario, guys. I think the 382 was a little bit aggressive, but it is the target zone for your wave 4. I mean, this is the area that you're looking at for the wave 4 to top out. 382, 50% from your wave 3, right? Which is a 5-wave move down. This is the area where the price should top, but not easy regarding stop loss. I mean, take it with a pinch of salt. It is an aggressive entry at 97,300, 400. It's the 382, which is, the most common areas, 382, 50% for that wave 4. When you do take a look at this movement down that we've had, right? If you're speculating on this as a wave 1 in yellow, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, from the highs here to the lows, you basically retraced to the 382 as well, right? You retraced and tapped the 382 right over there on your yellow wave 4. So, yeah, I do think that even though we do reject from this area, that we could be forming a higher low and then coming back up and potentially sweep up above $98,000, 50%, and then get the roll back down. And the main reason why this is a scenario here, guys, the main reason why this is a scenario, it is purely because this is a higher time frame wave 4. And as this is a higher time frame wave 4, right, from this speculative third wave, and we've moved up in a very single wave movement, right? It's very one wavy, this. Could you say there's a zigzag right there and then you roll down? You could, but it wouldn't make too much sense. And preferably here, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I would say that this would be the top here of the wave. When you take a look at Fibonacci time, very important, Fibonacci time. I mean, there could be a discussion here if the wave 2 is here or wave 2 is here on this larger time frame. There could be a discussion on which one could it be. Yeah, preferably it would be this one right there, and this is just a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in that first wave 1. But taking a look at the Fibonacci timing is very important here regarding the waves. When you take a look at the start of the wave 3 in the yellow, right, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, in the green, you got 5 waves in the yellow, finishing that wave 3. The 382 is kind of the minimum zone to finish your wave 4. On such a higher time frame wave 3, you cannot just bounce quickly and continue to the downside. There is time that you need to respect, right, for that correction. So as we are entering into the weekend, we can expect very much that potentially we are not going to break down successfully tonight or Saturday, right? We're not going to see much volatility. So if the price were to come down to the lows in between today and tomorrow, I have to speculate on a flat, just because we have not passed the 382 fib time, and it's unlikely that we're going to get a waterfall here down to $85,000. It's unlikely. Okay, this doesn't mean it's not going to happen. It's an unlikely situation that could happen. So as I do know it could be unlikely, because of the timing, if the price comes down to hit this low, end the price, you know, this would be a zone that I would be interested in a double bottom, because I would be speculating on an ABC flat. And your question might be, why are you speculating on an ABC flat here? Because to finish this wave 4 in the green, holy smoly, to finish this wave 4 in the green, it would be extremely shallow in time, right? We've got a wave 1, 2, and then because 7 waves doesn't exist on Elliott wave theory, we are coming to the conclusion that this has been a double 1, 2, right? Where this second 1, 2 is part of a third wave, 4, 5, right over here, right? 3, 4, 5. So the fact that we bounce right now, and if the price were to come down, in this case, we're talking about the bearish case here, right? The bearish case is that this is an impulse. There is a bullish case if we do hit the golden pocket. We'll talk about that in a minute. If we come to 100K, guys, woo, it's starting to be getting aggressively, guys, into altcoins and everything, right? Because yeah, we're going to be ranging, and every single dip is going to be a major big opportunity. Okay, that is if Bitcoin gets to above $100,000 in between, you know, the next couple of days, today, tomorrow. That is going to be a very good sign, very, very good sign indeed. And I'll explain why in the next coming minutes, guys. But first of all, we're going through the different scenarios and waves. So let's imagine, we like to imagine a lot of the times, let's just imagine that the price forms a lower high here, does not claim these highs, does not hit the 50% Fibonacci, right? And it just, just rolls down very aggressively. I'm interested in the double bottom. I'm not interested in a higher low, long the pullback, because it's very difficult to enter a B wave. B waves can be flats, they can be a higher low, they could be whatever. It is extremely complex to get into a long or a short position in a B wave. It's just very risky, guys. You just don't know what the heck is going to happen. Let's leave it that way. So instead of speculating on a long position here on the pullback, if we come down to the lows, I'm interested in the double bottom. If we claim that low and we wick down and we get back above, I'm interested in the long to come to the high. Stop loss at the low, entry zone, 3-4 to 1 risk reward, even a 5 to 1, depending on how you're managing here, how low the wick is. If you entered at very low levels, it could be a 10 to 1 risk reward, depending on the wick and your entry and your stop loss. But you're targeting the highs. You're targeting 98K. And, I would rather wait for this. And then you say, okay, what if the price, I missed a long position. I didn't jump into the long, guys, from down here. I missed it. Just because it didn't come into my plan. So this would be one plan that I would be looking at here regarding trading setups. Sweep up the low. If we double bottom, basically get reaction back above, I can manage risk. I can take the shot with my stop loss, and I would be targeting either, move up very nicely or slowly scaling up, or come up, back test the level, boom, back up. Maybe a local double bottom. It might be a little bit punchy. I would be interested in jumping back in if we locally double bottom here. I'm targeting 98K if we do not hit it in the next coming hours. So that's one plan right there. I'm interested in that long there because I understand that this cannot be a wave 4 in green. Okay, well, it can, but it's unlikely based on the timing, right? This should happen at least by tomorrow. We should cross the 382 and the wave 4 should at least top out tomorrow, right? If it is going to be at these fib levels that I'm going to talk about right now. So the fact that if the price rolls down here very aggressively, I don't see this breaking down aggressively here. If we get that choppiness at the low, I am looking for the long. I'm looking for the long here to come back up, just because I understand this could be an ABC flat. With that theory, if this were to happen, I'm long in here and I'm taking profit here. I would be interested in shorting later on after taking profit from the pivot high here to the pivot low at the 50% Fibonacci, basically a swing failure pattern from these local highs. Or just, or basically a swing failure pattern from the 50% at 98,800. Get above it, not interested, get below it. I'm interested in a short, stop loss at the high. We've wicked above the 50%. I'm looking for that pullback. I can be very defensive. With that theory, if we get the bounce here, if we drop down and get the bounce here, I'm in a long, I'm taking profits, and I'm entering a short, and I'm looking for the lows to be hit again. That would be a little bit of the trading plan. I want to cross the 382 Fibonacci time just because we have a 5-wave move down here. If I'm speculating in a 1, 2, 3, and this is the 4th wave, we need to finish the 4th wave at least by tomorrow, not today, rolling down here. So just looking at the timing, it wouldn't make sense to break down from today's lows if we were to come down there today. This is why I'm interested in the long, interested in the take profit zone here, and interested in the short round about the $98,000 to $99,000 range. How you can trade this is get the movement up, get beneath it, manage risk accordingly. We do not add to position. If price goes against you guys, you're getting stopped out. You just don't fight the market. Follow your trading plan and have invalidation levels. It's the best way to survive in the trading market, right? This is a ferocious game, right? There's big people, institutions, market makers that will just rip through your technical analysis and your strategy, and this is why we have stop losses. But overall, a lot of the times it is respected, so we need to take a shot with a trading plan. And the good thing about having that trading plan is that we can manage risk. The moment you have a plan, you're managing risk. The moment you don't have a plan, you don't know what you're doing. So that is one scenario. This that I've explained is one scenario. There's many different scenarios. And all this makes sense, guys. Anybody that is, has some knowledge, all of this makes sense. This is just not, coming with random lines and waves and stuff like that. Okay, anybody that has a little bit of knowledge knows that this has, this does make sense. So, okay, what if the price moves up? Would I be interested myself in basically, just imagine that the price doesn't roll down from here, doesn't create a higher low. I mean, just if we do not come down to the lows here and we do retrace in a little bit of a three-wave move here throughout the next coming hours, we form a higher low wherever that is, 382, 50%, 618, it doesn't matter. It's a B wave. We do not know where the heck that low is going to be. So I don't trade it. As I do not know where this low is going to be, I don't trade it. So what if we form a higher low and we start moving to higher levels? Oh, you were talking about a trading long position here for an ABC flat, but we bounced. Now what? Well, this is where I'm going to come right now into the next trading plan, because I want to be interested in that possible C wave to then come back down to the lows. So this area, this pullback is going to be extremely complex to get into a trade in a long position, for example, just because B waves can be, they can be very difficult to trade unless you're micro counting. You're taking a look at bullish CVD divergence. If you have insane bullish CVD divergence, right? You need a bit more data, right? Delta. Or you can trade a B wave and a speculative higher low. If you're suddenly getting a huge amount of bullish CVD divergence, like crazy, right? You get that leg down in a three-wave structure here, and you have insane amount of shorts entering the market. You're forming lower lows throughout all exchanges. Exchanges are shorting here like crazy with millions of dollars of short positions. And you form those aggressive higher lows on the CVD, yeah, you can. You get a bit of absorption, right? A bit of a wedgie structure, and lower lows on CVD. You can, okay, I'm going to speculate on that B wave, right? And I'm going to speculate, or a wave one, wave two, maybe. I'm going to speculate on these highs to be taken, and I'm confident that the 50% Fibonacci 618, right, give or take, is going to hold, and we're going to get the bounce. You can trade it, but it just it becomes very difficult to manage risk. Okay, it does come difficult to manage risk on a B wave, because the bullish CVDs can play out till the 7-8 Fibonacci, right? And you're like, oh yeah, it's just continuing, and it can even be invalidated. So it's just not easy. I prefer not to trade B waves unless I have big confluence here, right? I have much confidence that we are gonna bounce based on a previous week low, or I don't know. Let's take a look at the previous week levels as well, which and previous month levels. It's pretty interesting. The previous month close, we are trading above the previous month close right now. I mean, this is what was getting supported yesterday. Previous month close is what is getting a bit of support at the moment, bit of volatility, a bit of support right there. The previous week low is where I was interested today on the long. Just got a little bounce of $800 and then came back down, stopped me out, and then beneath this level I just wasn't interested in a trade setup. But could we, if you want to speculate on that higher low, B wave or second wave, if you wish, right? We just move up impulsively. The previous week low, which has basically been an SFP from a higher time frame low, right? Which has basically been a liquidity grab. Very difficult, guys. I wanted to long this, but I I was out with very good risk management, you know, very, very difficult. Market was very punchy. People lose a lot of money in these kind of moves. You know, if you want to long certain levels of reaction, you need to really know your shit, right? To get in safely on these kind of movements. So, you know, I did not catch the low, guys, here. I did not catch it because, you know, my trading plan was this one, got stopped out. We didn't double bottom. We continued down. You know, just didn't want to get into, you know, there's no trading plan for me in this zone. So I didn't manage to catch that movement up. Right, let's go with the next scenario here. I mean, if the price were to come down, we do know that, you know, back testing a level is very common, especially on higher time frame. I mean, I'm sure we can detect many. We can detect many here on the 4 hourly time frame or the 1 hourly time frame. It's just a quick explanation. Maybe this one, which it wasn't extremely accurate from the all-time high. I mean, there was somebody that was saying, I'm shorting from here. He must be in great profits. But yeah, basically from the highs where you failed breakouts, move down, back test, continuation down, right? You kind of back test the previous all-time high here, the previous high. So with that conclusion, I mean, it happens a lot. Okay, it does happen a lot. For example, here, even though the pullback was very low, right, you got this pivot high. You know, sometimes you get a very small pullback. I mean, this was about, you know, $1,000, not even $1,000, but you got many based on back tests, right? Just for the brief explanation, I mean, this did test the high. You know, you have a high, you come down, you swing failure pattern, you come down, you back test the level, you come down a few $100s, but you end up breaking out here to SFP from this high. So anyway, just so you see that it is a reaction zone. So if the price were to come down, let's just imagine, right? Because we could rocket to all-time highs in the next coming hours. It may be. Let's just imagine, for the sake of the analysis, that we start moving down here, right? And we do know, based on history, that back testing a swing failure pattern level, right, where you claim liquidity, happens a lot. If you want to, I also shorted that high, says Aditya, absolutely legend. Listen to Risk Management King to survive in the crypto wild west. Absolutely. Mariella's in the legends community as well. I was just pointing out here, right? There's no sugar coating, okay? You know, I was talking about this scenario and good entry at the previous week lows. There was a trading plan, and you know, if there's you know, out here of the trade, no double bottom, so no trade to be taken. There's no sugar coating. It's always great to talk about profits and how well we do, but it's also good to talk about how we defend and how we manage risk very, very well. So regardless, the support, you know, was explained very nicely here. You know, wick at the lows, get that recovery to $98,000. If you would have adjusted your stop loss here, right, or you know, I'm basically a scalp and a day trader, so I'm very specific. I like to enter at the exact low, right, when we SFP, and because you can manage risk so well. But if you're more of a chilled swing trader, you know, if you would have played this game, you would still, you know, this was basically the trade setup, right? Look for the reaction from those lows, and then look for the recovery back to $98,000 approximately. You know, zooming in here on the chart, when we do analyze that scenario, you could argue discuss, give or take, a little bit different. You know, this was the level of reaction zone, and you're looking for 98K, right? That is the movement that you're looking at. However, I was very specific here on lower time frames, so I didn't manage to catch that long, you know, nicely. very difficult here, very big wick. I'm not interested in trading when we're trading beneath the level, guys. When we are beneath this level, I'm just not going to long. Especially when we're forming a falling knife. Anybody that's trying to long here, anything here, is just getting wrecked if you're using a bit of leverage. You know, if you're using over a 20x leverage, you know, you're getting wrecked here if you're trying to catch as you're losing levels of support. So, you know, for me, you know, there was no catching the lows here. It was very, very complex, you know, for me. I think there was a weekly naked point of control here that got a reaction. But yeah, it wasn't in my plan anyway. Regarding this, we're going to continue here, guys. Make sure to destroy the like button. Hang on a second, because I've got more here with Bitcoin, and you need to bear with me. We can go through some altcoins in a minute, but today I think it's a casino, says 𝗕𝗶𝗴𝗫. Absolutely not, my man. It's not a casino. It's a probability game, right? Casino, yeah, you can play the roulette, and obviously the roulette, because of the zero, the casino has always slightly higher probability in winning. Okay, so yeah, a casino, you know, there's less probabilities in winning the casino, right? Because there's the games always have a probability of winning, but there's other games that you have probability, and this is only looking at different scenarios and waves and understanding the market, and you have invalidation levels. There is many trading setups that have been very successful throughout the last, you know, few weeks and months. It's all about probabilities. It's all about managing your risk as well, because you can see, you can say, oh, it's extremely high probable that we're going to hit all-time high at some point in the next coming weeks. I'm going to get into leverage long positions here, and I'm adding to the position. No. You need a combination of risk management, good technical analysis, psychology, and, you know, with that combination, you will become a successful trader. You know, it's just how it is. So, and the whole plan of the day, early in the morning or whenever you want, is to create several plans. So there are several plans that are, you know, there's only 2 plans that I've explained today. My preferred one is coming down to the lows here, and if we do form that flat scenario like I explained, you know, if we do claim the low, I do know there is a high probability that the price will come back up here to the highs, and there is an explanation based on the waves. The waves moves with timing. Look how nice the timing is in between waves, the impulse. You know, I can already tell you that the timing from this movement down and this one is very similar. And the timing from this movement down to this one is very similar. So, you know, it's all everything has timing and moment and projections. And this is why we speculate on the different projection. You know, it's not a casino. This is why after this move, you're trying to predict what could be the next move. But not only the next move, it is the move after the next move, right? Because I don't know what move is going to happen next here. But based on the analysis of what has happened, all right, the charts tell the story. Based on the analysis that we've made on the movement that has happened throughout the last few days, if the price comes down here, there is low probability that the breakdown, why did I put an X here? There's low probability that the breakdown will be successful, and that there is higher probability that this will be a liquidity grab trap zone, and the price will come back up to the highs. And you may ask why. Well, I explained that just about 30 minutes ago. Based on the timing, based on this being a third wave, based on the fourth wave to finish here on the timing, it's just, you know, it's too shallow. This needs to range, especially when you're entering a weekend, and weekends are not known of having $10,000 moves. So if we were to move throughout tonight, right, to the downside, we are unlikely going to have a $10,000 drop throughout Saturday. Okay, we don't usually have $10,000 moves or even $5,000 moves throughout the weekend, so you'll very much get a reaction and potentially a bounce, which helps with this analysis. Anyway, that is one scenario. Let's destroy the like button, guys. I kind of you have to risk it for the biscuit, absolutely, but what tell you need to risk a trading plan, right? You need to risk a plan, right? Risk it for the biscuit with no trading plan is, a little bit like a kamikaze, right? Risk it for the biscuit is the portfolio, basically like spot trading. I'll buy a bunch of coins and I'll just leave them there, and if they do a 10-20x in the next coming months, game on, right? But yeah, we have to risk it for the biscuit, but we need to create those plans, right? We need to create the plans. Anyway, let's continue with the different scenarios, guys. Sorry, I am so sorry. I'm very slow. What about 𝗬𝗫? My man, 𝗬𝗫 is doing just quite very well. A lot of people very happy with 𝗬𝗫. A lot of people not too happy with 𝗬𝗚. But this has been mainly holding the bags. But PRQ is doing just quite fine. PRQ is doing quite okay since our buying zone, which has been just before the breakout, just the last couple of weeks. It's doing amazing. This one's in the green. 𝗬𝗫 is paying off the losses from 𝗬𝗚. Let's leave it that way. Let's continue with the Bitcoin technical analysis legends right away, because there are several scenarios. There's not only this scenario that I mentioned, because eventually the price could move down ever so slightly and then move up. If that were to be the case, I would be interested in the 50% Fibonacci taken from this wave 2 pivot high to the end of the wave 3, and the 50% Fibonacci most commonly for a wave 4, a speculative wave 4, could be a scenario without a doubt. You have some interesting lower highs right there from the drop that we did have yesterday. You can see there, right? A little bit of an order block kind of situation right there. Right, you got a bit of a hammer candle. There's a lower high on the higher time frame, right? Well, on the 1 hourly. This lower high is ever so slightly above the 50% Fibonacci taken from this pivot to the low. So this is a good SFP level, speculating on that wave 4 scenario. Now, I would be surprised if we do jump up there in the next 1 to 2 hours. This will be very one wavy, okay? So I do see the rejection. I would prefer to see something like this to be more confident that this rejection at this zone of $99,000 is going to come back down to the lows in the next coming days. Because I want to see a 3-wave structure and an ABC, right? Or an ABC, right? The moment we move straight like this to the level, it's very one wavy, and it increases the probability or out of the price of actually continuing to the upside, in my opinion. Okay, there is a possibility that the price could have formed a zigzag here on the lower time frames, but I would not want to, regardless, this to be the top of this wave 4 regarding the timing would not make sense. As I mentioned, we should be topping out on that wave 4 by tomorrow when we consider Fibonacci time. By tomorrow morning when we consider Fibonacci time. So it would be beautiful to get that rejection throughout today, Friday, get the bounce on Saturday, cross the 382 timing from the wave 2 to the wave 3 for that wave 4, just so it's more symmetrical here. And yeah, eventually if we were to form a zigzag here, regardless taking the low or not, form a higher low or take the low for that flat, it doesn't matter, and then come up crossing the 382, this will be an epic short in my opinion. 50% Fibonacci, you got that lower high right there for a little bit of an SFP. Stop loss is the $100,000 and $400,000, or you basically SFP from this level. You might double top, it might get choppy, but this would be the entry zone, stop loss area, and it would be targeting for the lows to be hit again, you know, possibly by Sunday, Monday. That's going with this theory here, guys. So what happens next is going to tell us what is highly likely next of that. If the price moves up from here, yeah, this is still a good rejection level, but I wouldn't be too confident to say, okay, this is rolled that back down, just because I do see the price ranging a little bit more till we actually cross the 382 Fibonacci. Anyway, let's talk about the other scenarios. Let's just imagine that the price breaks out here, okay, in the next coming hours, and we get an epic pump, guys. The price just pumps and there's no reaction, and we go and trade at, you know, $101,000. As we do have this speculative move, double 1 2 1 2, because this second 1 2 is part of a third wave. If we were to hit the golden pocket, which would be our invalidation for that green wave, wave 4 on the higher time frame, this will mean that we are in a large corrective structure in the next coming days. Okay, we are not going to speculate on, you know, different setups. We'll go from there, but the moment you get up there to the golden pocket, it decreases the probability, actually invalidates the scenario, the bearish case scenario, for all of this to be an impulse, right? Because if this is an impulse, you're looking for one more low, you're looking for an epic bounce later on a 3-wave structure, get everybody bullish, this is it, and then come back down again, either in an ABC or a 1 2 3, you go to lower levels. But if you come up there, above $100,000, $101,000 maybe, this will mean that there could be a high chance that you have formed, right, and we can hide this for the moment, a double zigzag here in a WXY, where you have a zigzag right there, a small little zigzag right over here, and the zigzag that's happened throughout the last 24 hours, right? WXY, double zigzag, the moment you get up here to the golden pocket is going to be the highest probability, and what we could be looking at here is a range formation, and the low could be in, and that you're starting a new impulse to all-time highs. The moment you get above $100,000, which is only $3,000 away, because it invalidates the possibility of this being bearish, because the only way to count this, you know, you only have 7 waves, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and as there's no such thing as 7 waves on any chart, you need to micro count them, right? Which is basically double 1 2 3 4 5. The only scenario here for this to be an impulse is that you have just finished your wave 3 here today with this move, and that you are in the wave 4. So hopefully that makes a little bit of sense here, guys. You know, this is you know, it's just to be confident. The moment we get above, I do have some cash on the sidelines. I didn't want to buy this dip because I basically went, you know, pretty heavy on altcoins throughout September, October, you know, beginning stages of November. And the cash that I have, I want to have it. I want to have it as a reserve. The Bitcoin that I sold, also some profits that I took on Constellation DAG. Constellation DAG is the only crypto that I took 50%. I basically doubled what I invested approximately because it did a 4x. Constellation DAG, I mean, 𝗬𝗫 is doing absolutely great. 𝗬𝗫, PRQ is, bring it on. Look at this. This is doing amazingly well after the drop. Bring it on. Go on, lad. Get up there. Continue the parabolic move. 𝗬𝗫, bring it on. This is just doing its own thing. 𝗬𝗫 is in the profit area. This is mentioned, you know, the levels mentioned on 𝗬𝗫 here was around about the 11-12 cent zone. Go on, lad. Get up there. I mean, this one's in profit. I haven't taken profit on this one. I'm going to remain patient whether we come back down to 10 cents or not. I don't give a damn. I'm looking to take profit at the March highs, regardless of whatever happens here. No profit taken. We're holding. So Constellation DAG is the only crypto that I've taken profits, apart from Bitcoin. But the only altcoin from the bags that we've mentioned the last couple of months, which did hit the March highs. You know, the March highs was the, you know, it was the plan. I'm going to take 50% of what I bought down here on Constellation DAG. And it almost did a 4x. But it's the only one because, you know, the rest of them didn't, you know, some of them were halfway. Some of them almost hit the highs, such as Cadena. You know, I basically got trapped with, we got trapped, you know, if I can include you, if you've been a legit follower, right, for the last few months. And, you know, the accumulation levels that we've been buying these different cryptos, we basically, lots of them are at entry zone. Such as, you know, the ones that I pulled out today was 𝗬𝗨 Network, which is getting a good bounce. It's not the moment to panic sell, guys. If we've been buying here, we just have to eat up this correction to our buying zone. It is what it is. I mean, I would say DCA into 𝗬𝗨 Network now is not a bad option. It's not a bad option. We were saying do not get into this as we're pumping up. And ICP, same thing. ICP, same thing. I still think that we're going to hit those March highs in the next, you know, entering into 2025. Eventually, it's not going to be in the next week, but in the very near future, guys. So we're just going to have to hold on. Let's go through some altcoins. First of all, let's check that comment section because, no, like button under 500. What's going on? You know, hey, if we get to 1,000 likes, we're going to give a $500 giveaway on the stream. On the stream. Okay, 1,000 likes. We're just under 1,000 people watching the stream. I'm going to get somebody. We're going to do a random comment. If we do get to 1,000 likes, guys, I'm just going to do like this. And we'll click on someone. Maximilian Strake. Send your wallet address. And we'll send it right away. We'll send it right away. What do you think about that? If we do get to 1,000 likes, $500 giveaway, US dollar tether or US dollar coin or whatever you want, we'll just send it away, guys. Send it away. And that's why we want to pick up, you know, I know Jason Casper does this very successfully. He asked for 1,000 likes and he just gets loads of likes in just a couple of minutes. Let's get to above 500 and then we go through some altcoins legends. And continue. Well, we don't have to continue with Bitcoin, guys. We've basically gone through the different possibilities, the different levels of interest, We move down to the low, interested in that ABC flat. Only if we get back above the low so I can manage risk with stop loss. 50% Fibonacci from this pivot to the low is a good level where we have a lower high right there. We're still looking at that level for a rejection. I would prefer a little pullback and then up to form a little bit of a zigzag. Then I would have confidence that we could claim that low again. If we just move up from here and hit above $100,000, guys, it's going to be a very good sign. That means that we're going to be ranging for a bit, for a few days, and it will be the moment to start stacking some altcoins, guys, without a doubt. I will come up with a live stream, guys. This is it. Get ready for the big reversal. You know, get into swing longs, add to swing longs if you have any with low leverage. If you did use low leverage, you still have swing longs open. But if you used high leverage, you are part of these guys, right? Where they've been absolutely exterminated. Where are they? If you used a high leverage on some altcoins, you are part of these guys. So, you know, altcoins for swing trades, 2 to 4x max leverage. And, you know, depending on the confirmations that we do have in the next coming days, we'll be looking to add to positions or even accumulate a little bit more. But even DCAing at these different cryptos, 𝗬𝗄𝗃, Valor Network hitting 10 cents today, almost. Yeah, just under 11 cents. Bring it on, guys. This is not a moment to panic. It's the moment to go shopping. It's the moment to go shopping, legends. 500 likes and then we are continuing, okay? 500 likes and then we will continue. Remember, if you are interested in trading, guys, we do have the exchanges down below in the description. ICP, let's see if we recover. This was above $100,000 on the spot buy. If you're interested, weeks, $20,000 deposit bonus, guys. I am actually testing out weeks now, and pretty solid, highly liquid. This is great. Just an email and a password, legends, and you can trade hundreds of altcoins, Bitcoin as well, most importantly. With an email and a password, you're signing up. Weeks or bluffing are great alternatives from Bybit and different exchanges, okay, that require, you know, identification. So these are great alternatives. Weeks or bluffing, and you get that exclusive bonus with the links down below in the description, guys. Okay, make sure to sign up with those links down below. What can we talk about? Altcoins. Bitcoin is covered. There is some news that I want to go through. Shall we do a bit of news, guys? It's going to literally take 5 minutes. There is some news and data that is very interesting. Let me know in the comment section. Say no, 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 no. Altcoins, altcoins, altcoins in the comment section. Let's get to 500 likes and then I'll take a look at the comment section. I left to see if we were going to get above 500 likes, legends. Come on, let's do it, you lazy buggers. And we'll go through some news and we'll go through some altcoins. There it is. We need 1,000 likes. If we get to 1,000 likes, I'm going to give $500 of US dollar Tether or Bitcoin or whatever you want, whoever the winner is. We'll just do, yeah, I'm not doing any more giveaways on comment tomorrow. And then, you know, we don't do that anymore because there's so many scammers that literally 5 or 6 people at a bare minimum tell me, I'm this guy, this is my wallet. And they, you know, much better to do it on stream. Jason Casper said, you know, told me, you know, if you're doing any giveaways on stream, you know, any giveaways, do it on stream. Just say, okay, we got 1,000 likes. Scroll down and just choose a random comment here, and just scroll here and just you know, this one right over here, Darius. You know, $500 for you. So anyway, Andy has high hope on the like. My goodness, my like button sucks. That is for sure. People don't like me. I don't know. You have to pay for the likes, right? $500 giveaway if we get to 1,000 likes. That's it. Haha, we like you, says Gulian. I know a lot of people do like the stream. Okay, tell me about banana coin. Wow, but are you serious? Someone did say yes news. There was somebody that says love you, Andy. Alex, me too, my man. Hope you're safe with this volatility, guys. This is part of the game. We enjoy it, right? As long as you're not betting the farm and your home, it's all good, guys. Profits are down. I was sad today because, you know, mainly profits are down, right? I wouldn't say losses. People that have joined crypto the last 1 to 2 months maybe are on very aggressive unrealized losses. But the people that have been, you know, in crypto for the last few years, come on, guys, this is just a ride in the park. And people that have been using low leverage, yeah, they might have some unrealized losses, but you're still good, right? You're still good. You're managing risk, okay? So anyway, 1,000 likes for the legends here. Absolute legend, my man, 𝗖𝗵𝗃. 𝗖𝗵𝗃, is it? Just read the Disciplined Trader and you will be fine. Just read the Disciplined. I have an issue reading English, guys. You know I'm Spanish. I'm originally Spanish. So anyway, super chatter's waiting. I have a situation with some English words sometimes. It might sound that I'm English, but I'm not. I'm actually Spanish. Soy español. So yeah, sometimes I have an issue reading some English here. Right, boys, my man, thanks for the super chat. Can we look over link, please? I'm in a long position from 22.5. Please tell me if I'm about to get milked. Would you love your eyes on it? Thank you, brother. Hey, you're very welcome. Shall we do a little bit of proper analysis on Chainlink? Let's do it. We do have Chainlink right over here. Okay. Lot of pressure. If you, I mean, 22, I mean, right, this is going to be a bit of an issue because I've did a bit of higher time frame on Chainlink and I really haven't done lower time frame, right? Higher time frame for me was, hey, boop, 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 you know, this is what's going to happen. We did a bit of lower time frame in this zone. This is why we understood that this could be a great zone of accumulation. But regarding this move, because I hold Chainlink, it's like, it has to go up in value in time. So especially after the bear market. So I don't really give a damn. But right now you're asking me that you're in a long position from 22.5. So you're actually day trading Chainlink. You actually got into a long position with this drop. This is going to be, it's going to be a little bit of a, you know, it's not easy. Not easy. First of all, let's understand here the extension from the lows of the bear market, from the highs to the lows right there. The 1236 is the level that it got rejected. The 1-to-1 got a rejection here, quite big rejection. The 1-to-1 right here, 1-to-1 there, right? You know, got a rejection right there. Right, $26, $27 down to $20. You know, nice rejection of, you know, 20%. This was just a couple of weeks ago. Nobody cares about that. That already happened. So let's focus on, you know, what could happen next. You know, what is the analysis for the different scenarios? As I do believe, based on the bullish scenario, which is the highest probability on a higher time frame, that Chainlink should continue to get above $30 and even reach $36 at a bare minimum on a speculative wave 3 high probability move. Higher time frame eventually, lower time frame, we could have a volatility fest here. So altcoins are without a doubt not that great for me for trading, but you are saying that you entered a long position here. What I am curious about is this movement down. Could it continue, ranging or going to the downside after this bounce that we're having today? And I have doubts. I am in doubt. When we take a look at the low here, we've got a wave 1, 2, A, B, C. From this move, it's going to be a little bit complex to count. 1, 2. This is very, very difficult to count right there. It's very 3 wavy. My goodness, this is going to take me some. I will do a little bit of analysis on Chainlink here, but this is a headache. This is a very 3 wave move. I would have to really speculate that this was a double 1 2 right there. 1 2 1 2, and then you got the 3rd wave here. It's not a bad trade. And I will explain why. If this is a 1 2 and this is another 1 2 right there, 1 2, you got this has to be another 1 2 because this cannot be. You would arguably discuss that this was the 3rd wave, this ride over here. And then you got the 4 wave in a flat. 4 5, you need another 1 2. You need this high to be taken again. If we're speculating on 1 2 1 2. Yeah, it's not going to be easy to start micro counting these moves. I mean, I don't want to randomly talk about the potential here of this being another 4 and we're going to create another 5. I mean, we almost took out this low, but we didn't on Chainlink. I mean, double bottom here. You longed at 22.5. This is an insane long, I have to say. I don't know why you longed here. I'm not sure if it's a breakout. Is it because of a breakout of a trend, maybe? I mean, that's the only conclusion that I would come with the reason why you longed here. But you're literally longing here the bounce. Potentially you are hitting some resistance. I think this analysis can be applied as well for like Bitcoin. Okay, so from the highs here on Chainlink, I really want to focus on this movement down, right? I really want to understand this movement down. Has it been extremely impulsive? What are the different levels that are, should be resistance and the levels that should be support? So let's just go here. God damn it, this is not going to be. Sorry guys, I mean the super chat is there. I'm trying to BTC scam, says Alex Crypto. No, why? Feeling jellies from the bounce. You got balls, bro. It's that feeling in the jellies from the bounce. You got balls, bro, says Elijah. Yeah, very true. Please take a look at Flow and Dot. Super chat here from Neo. Yeah, we'll do that right now. But okay, let's just really focus on this latest move down from the last few days, because yeah, I would come to the conclusion, my man, that you got into a trade here at 22.5 just because of the breakout of this trend, right? It's just a classic easy trade setup. You're downtrending and you break the trend and you get into a long on the breakout, and I assume that your stop loss should be, below the trend somewhere in this zone, or maybe at the lows. You are very ambitious and you're targeting a full reversal, right? I mean, I guess that I'm trying to get into your head here right now and think of what plan you have in your head. So my conclusion is, if you did long here is you're long the breakout. Your stop loss is here, or you don't even know if you where to put your stop loss, right? I would assume that it should be round about this area because of the breakout. Now, just give me the money. Punch the like button like it's punching bag. Shashank, thank you very much. Shashank. That's exactly it. Yes, that's exactly it. Okay, so I kind of I did figure out why you got into the long here based on the breakout. But let's analyze a little bit of the waves here and try and understand. I mean, where you're longed right now, is there any risk of resistance? Let's take a look at the fixed volume profile from this range. I mean, this looks pretty damn good. If you're longed down here, the valley area low, you want to be cautious of this zone. I would, we do have a chance of Chainlink actually popping here ever so slightly. I mean, let me just double check this. Why do I have this? Okay, we got this high from March. That's where we got a bounce after the breakout. It's not really much of a level here, to be honest. It's just not really. It could maybe act as resistance ever so slightly, but so far so good. Chainlink is getting a movement to the upside. I think it could successfully move to higher levels after the breakout of the trend. Okay, so my TP1 would have to be at the point of control, which is around about $24.70 area. I mean, there is risk here, I have to say. I'm not really much of a breakout trader myself from a downtrend. I know 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗿 is, and he's he trades it very successfully. He really knows which trend lines have higher probability in getting the break and continuing up. But not myself. So when we take a look at this latest move down on Chainlink, you got from the highs, you got an initial wave 1, right? This has to be an initial wave 1, 2, right? A bit of it's very choppy and it's not attractive at all. It's not attractive at all. But you would have to come to that conclusion that this right over here, this movement down that we had, is a wave 1. This could possibly be in the wave 2. Very, very choppy, because the next impulse is this one. Now, when we come to that conclusion, wave 1, wave 2, we got 5 waves here to the downside. However, wave 3s cannot be the shortest wave. For the moment, I see wave 1 being the longest wave here. Now let's measure wave 3 and wave 5. It seems like wave 3 is, there's been overlap here. I mean, this could have been a bit of a expanding or contracting move. Yeah, a contracting move right there. This is a contracting wave 3 possibly. I can already tell you wave 3 is not the shortest wave just because of the contracting move. When we take a look at the extension from the wave 3 here to this one, we can clearly see that the wave 5 did not get down to the 1-to-1. When you form a wedgie structure, you know that this middle wave is longer than this one, because if the wave 5 would be longer, it would be an expanding move. It would expand. But as it's contracting, you know that the wave 5 is the shortest in a contracting move, in a wedgie structure. So yeah, we could arguably discuss that this wave 3 has been a contracting move, and this wave 4, this could be a wave 4. From your wave 2 top, that has to be here somewhere in this range, one of these two tops. This potentially was a flat to the low. 382 is where we are currently hitting at the moment, which is the March highs. Getting above this high, if you reject from it, you know, this is danger zone. This is danger zone. This would be a zone where I would TP. I mean, if it's a day trade from 22.5 to $24 approximately, I mean, that is a nice move. My goodness, you longed very high, I have to say. Very difficult. 382 is also common for the end of a wave 4. Okay, but yeah, you might be lucky, and this forms a bit of a 3-wave structure. Understanding this scenario, it is never a zone that I would long in a million years when I analyze the waves. But you might get lucky, and it might just pop out to around about, you know, under $24, just almost hitting $24, and I would get out there, especially if you react. I mean, if you're day trading, yeah, 382 is getting that reaction right now, and not great, not great. I would speculate on a short on the 50% at $24 or as a day trade, just because 1-2, and you got a contracting move here in a wave 3. 382 right now, dangerous area for a rejection. Me personally, I would get out, my man. I would get out of this trade. It's kind of not worth it. You know, we're hoping for that movement up here. We're hoping for the break of 382. It's just not a good trade. If we zigzag here and then get a leg up, I would even speculate on that swing failure pattern from this lower high and rejection from 50%, and that has a high chance that Chainlink could actually get another leg down here in the next couple of days. That's what I would do. You know, it's just not a good trade when we analyze the movement down. You might be lucky and it might get that squeeze to $24, but do we trade by luck? No, we trade by probabilities of the movement. So I would get out anyway. Much love, Shashank. We have him. What's up, legends? Guys, do you know who this guy is? In the comment section. He's an absolute legend. If you don't know him, you need to go and check him out, okay? Let me just pin him here in the comment section, and then we'll talk about him, because if you want the latest news, okay, and the next and the latest Degen coins, right, with, you know, good fundamental news, you want to go and check Mattia, okay? He's here, CBM Crypto. There he is. He just opened the channel a few weeks ago. Shout out to you, my man. Great quality news channel, guys. Talks about Degen altcoins, the launch, different news, what is happening worldwide. If you want good information, guys, regarding crypto, you need to go and check Mattia, okay? Crypto by Matthew, CBM channel. He's in the pinned comment. So shout out to you, my man. Always like to help other crypto channels, especially if they have high quality. Shout out to you, my man. Let's go. Just a relief rally, more downside incoming. Stock market is doing the same. I am scared, okay? I am scared because, yes, we can take a look at higher time frame stuff as well, guys. We can take a look at higher time frame scenarios, but the stock market, ooh, what a bounce. What a bounce. Did we have some news today? I think we did have some news. We did have a little bit of news today, which is, yeah, retail sales, personal income. This apparently had a good effect. And even though this was in the UK, but yeah, core PCA price index, personal income 0.3 lower than expected, personal spending 0.4% lower than expected, but apparently it's had a bullish effect. We got the stock market getting a pretty significant pump here. Where is the stock market? There it is. Stock market got a major relief bounce, huh? Is it just a relief bounce? to end up Friday, right? Get people fearful, oh my goodness, recession, and then bang, we got a major bounce with the news. It could be, okay? Stock market closing today. In the next coming hours, relief rally, very possible. Could it end up Friday with a big massive dump? People selling stocks, right? Because they want to buy Christmas presents. It's very much possible, legends. It's very much possible. Let's continue through comment section. Lo siento, Andy, tengo dislexia, así que fue mi error. El libro se llama El trader disciplinado de Mark Douglas. Mark Douglas. Is that Trading in the Zone from Mark Douglas? Trading in the Zone. I think Mark Douglas was the yeah. I think Mark Douglas is the one from Trading in the Zone. Anyway, Andy, can you take a look at flow? We can take a look at flow. Hey, come on. We cannot do a super chat and put 3 altcoins. I don't want to do very, very poor analysis on altcoins. I really try and go as fast as I can, but I don't want to randomly just pick up an altcoin and do very bad analysis. If you put 3 altcoins on the super chat of 2 euros, come on. 1 or 2, even 2, man. 2 is like greedy. How dare you put 3 cryptos on a super chat of 2 euros? You must be joking. I love you, man. Okay, no hate, but come on. How can you put 3 cryptos in a super chat? I do struggle with 2 cryptos, and people get bored with the analysis of altcoins. The main one is Bitcoin. The first 30 minutes, right? Higher time frame scenarios. The first 30-40 minutes analysis on Bitcoin, guys, is on the check it out. Okay, is the first 30-40 minutes is where we do the analysis on Bitcoin. Okay, let's take a look at flow, because flow is definitely not flowing. It's not flowing flow. We got a major rally throughout November. Okay, very, very good, very nice. But now we're having that December dump. And what is very interesting is the total 3 market cap, because I want to take a look at what happened in December of 2020. All right, we did get a bit of a dump in December of 2020, just before New Year, legends. Just before Christmas, just before New Year, right over here. Look at this. The week from the 21st of December. We are at the 20th of December today. Or is it? Yeah, 20th of December today. The total crypto market cap before Christmas had a dump of... This is December of 2020, guys, when we're following the 4-year cycle. And I'll take a look at flow right away. But it's just something that could help us, right? History does not repeat, but it can rhyme. And in December of 2020, before entering the epic bull run of 2021, right? Q1, Q2, even Q3 on some altcoins absolutely popping in October and November of 2021. Lots of them did pop very well. We had a major collapse on the total crypto market cap of 26% in that week of Christmas. The Christmas week was bearish of 2020 before the bull run, guys. Coincidence? I think not. Christmas is not usually good. People want to sell because they want to buy, presents for their wives, their girlfriends, and, you get the deal. And go on holidays, expensive holidays. So we got a major crash on altcoins. People were taking profit, buying Lambos before we got the bull run. It's been a little bit sharper. Well, it hasn't been that sharp, to be honest. Let's see this week. How is it doing? 22%. 22% drop this week. The week before the 25th of December. 22% drop in December of 2024, 26% drop in December of 2020, 25, 26. Now, entering into January and February, we know what happened, right? Altcoins went through the roof. What is interesting about the total crypto market cap is we know when we hit a previous all-time high, guys, it is kind of classic. It is classic to get a rejection, right? From a very higher time frame double top. We can take a look at gold. We can take a look at Bitcoin. We can take a look at whatever, right? Look at this. All-time high on Bitcoin. From 2021. What happened? Oh, we got the major rejections at all-time high, right? Higher time frame all-time high. We actually formed that cup and handle scenario. So we know that we do get these major pullbacks, right? When we hit our all-time high on the higher time frames, right? So we are talking about 2021 all-time high on the altcoin. So I'm going to speculate that we could be forming a bit of a flag here, and we're going to absolutely rock it in the next coming, couple of months. We usually get the rejection at the highs here. So altcoins are, and Bitcoin dominance is not helping. And, that comes, I'm sorry, my man. I'll take a look at flow right now. I'm sorry, okay? I will take a look at flow. I have it here somewhere. But this is very important, guys, to understand where we at, okay? This is very important to understand where we at, okay? This is a little bit of a shakeout. Don't worry. We got people in the comment section saying it's only just started. It's only a dead cat bounce on the stock market. We're going to drop to much lower levels. Yeah, we might drop ever so slightly, but overall, I think reaccumulation is, not a bad thing. We know that Donald Trump is coming to the power in 2025, and he's going to save the world, save the economy, and he's going to pump our bags. That's what we're speculating on, right? And the 4-year cycle. So far, we're going to believe in it. We're going to believe in it. We do have the analysis. We do have the theory to believe in it. And when we do see this 4-year cycle on the BTC dominance, we know that after the halving year, we have the Bitcoin dominance absolutely collapsing. So, what is very interesting as well, that throughout this time in the previous cycle, just before we started dropping very aggressively in January, we started dropping, okay, in January of 2021, because in December, we actually tested the top here on the Bitcoin dominance. So could we test that high above 60% dominance? We're not that far away. In the next coming days, get altcoins bleeding a little bit more, the last drop, and then start collapsing here, entering into 2025. I think so, guys. It is possible. Regardless, it is altcoin shopping here. We are not scared of these dips. We hold on, guys. We either get rich or go broke. There's no other option. Get rich or go broke. Right? I mean, at least for me. I'll be leaving Dubai. I'll go broke. Go back to Spain. And yeah, that's it. All in on crypto. Only joking, legends. That's not the case. Make sure to diversify your portfolio very well, not only in crypto. Let's take a look at flow and see what's going on with flow, my legends. My man here that gave a super chat. Neo, I'm only having a laugh here, okay? Thank you. We love you, Andy. Smash the like button. Neo, my man, much love to you. Let's take a look at here at flow. What a devastating collapse this one has had. I have no idea what flow is, but like 99% of the cryptos, I only know the ones that I buy myself. The home of consumer Web3. Yeah, everything is Web3, right, in crypto. Flow got a devastating collapse, devastating correction, right? Let's keep it that way. Imagine buying flow. I mean, like many different other cryptos, right? This is almost coming to the buying zone, to the accumulation area. This is without a doubt a very very sharp move. And what I would like to see on flow, to be honest, is a little bit of a descending wedgie move, something very similar to this, but on a lower scale, to say, all right, this is bottoming out, guys. You know, this could be a good reaccumulation level. For the moment, it is a bit aggressive to the downside, and you know, I do believe that we are in this crypto bull run, and this has just been a major shakeout. What a massive shakeout. I mean, if big collapse, 50% on a lot of the cryptos such as flow, I think we need to remain a little bit patient. But hey, if you are bullish on this crypto for whatever reason, it might be an epic cryptocurrency project. You know, this big pullback, as we are in a bull market, even though it doesn't look like it on several altcoins, this is the zone that you want to start considering DCAing if you did not DCA here. We do not DCA on the pump. You don't buy as you're pumping. You don't DCA when you pump. You think of DCAing out when you pump. This is why I got out from Constellation DAG when we hit this high. We already bought at these levels. And I was consistently saying throughout the last few weeks, any cryptos that have pumped, anybody that mentioned a crypto that was pumping like this, I literally changed the chart saying, guys, this is pumped already. We are not interested in an accumulation perspective. So now that we're getting the pullback, I would say, okay, you know, if you are bullish in this crypto, on this crypto project, you know, this is the zone that you want to consider DCAing without a doubt. But I would rather see a little bit of a range, get a bit of choppiness, a bit of a double bottom ranging, right? This is the best scenario that you could have to actually you know, realize that, you know, the pump and the dump is over. The pump and the dump is over. A little bit of a range here in the next, you know, couple of weeks would, you know, we will detect them, guys. We will detect them on stream. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, because yeah, some cryptos are coming down to our buying zones. I mean, not in the case of Constellation DAG, but we've been talking about throughout many different ones, okay, in you know, throughout different videos and streams. Yeah, basically we will be ready to reaccumulate, okay? We will be ready. Make sure to subscribe. Lots of the cryptos that we have been buying on spot, some of them are at break-even levels, or well, in profit, but above ever so slightly, 10-20% above our buying zones, average zones. We will come back, guys, once the price, when I see very clear signs, I will be back to say this is the moment to get the heck in, just like we did with Chainlink throughout the last few months, right? Just like we did with these different cryptos at these areas. You know, regardless of the choppiness that happens here, it is the moment to buy up. So we will come back with that scenario once we see a little bit of a cool off, okay? Now with this recent drop, it is quite aggressive to get in, but we will have clear signs, okay? Not to worry. So stay safe. Flow and these rest of ones, guys, I think we need to remain a little bit patient. Could you take a look at DOT and tell me what you think? DOT as well. I think DOT, we did talk about DOT as well when we were trading at the $4-5 range, and DOT, whew, you know, we had this one as well as a great accumulation level, big pullback on DOT. And I have to say, DOT being a high cap crypto, L0 project, you know, even this zone, regardless of sideways momentum, is great for DCA. Okay, great for DCA, and we front run the March highs. I do believe the March highs will be taken in 2025 above $11. So if you're not scared of accumulating this pullback, I think DOT eventually being one of the strongest crypto projects out there. Super chatos Andrea Grimaldi's of $2. Can you please have a look at Doge? Thanks. Okay, thoughts on Cow protocol? Thank you, Mariella, for that. DOT regarding swing longs of low leverage, and we're talking about a 2 to 4x max. You know, even the 3x would be the average, especially for people with no you know, with no experience, you know, this is a good zone of accumulation or low leverage long position. Be ready to add ever so slightly to that long if the things get volatile and rangy here in this zone. But yeah, this is without a doubt a zone that is already good based on this aggressive zigzag to start reaccumulating again. The probabilities of dropping down beneath this low is extremely low in the case of Polkadot. So Polkadot can be traded on Weeks. Weeks is a great exchange. I've been testing it out. It works just fine. Highly liquid. Just with an email and a password, you can sign up in minutes, guys, and you got the best bonus available out there, okay? Bluffing as well has got a great bonus. $100,000. The more you trade and deposit, the more airdrops you're going to get to, you know, have more capital to trade, okay? Check the links down below. You will get an insane deal either on Weeks or on Bluffing, guys. Weeks works absolutely insane. Very, very good crypto trading platform to trade or to buy on spot, regardless. So Polkadot, that's my thoughts on Polkadot. Let's take a look at the super chat here. Mariela is saying, can you take a look at Dogecoin? Let's take a look at Dogecoin right away. Dogecoin, US dollar, what's going on with Dogecoin? Big pullback, big pullback. We broke from this ascending January structure. What a major pullback on Dogecoin. Yeah, very aggressive. We're gonna have to see a little bit of more information. Proof of support, sideways momentum. Very aggressive to catch, you know, this drop. This could just lower high, continue ever so slightly to the downside. We need a little bit of more information. I'm getting a lot of people dropping off the stream because they're not interested on the altcoins, and we need to do a full analysis. But regarding Dogecoin here, yeah, if we are looking at the bear market lows, with this being a double 1-2-1-2, this is the third wave. I mean, preferably you do not even come close to the golden pocket where we do have this high over here. So yeah, this zone should be the reaccumulation area for Doge, huh? Basically where we bounced today. The moment you start crossing this pivot, it's not going to be looking as bullish. Yeah, you could move, you could get an expanding move, but I wouldn't expect this breakout after hitting the 618 to be very successful. I would be getting the heck out on Dogecoin once we cross this high that we formed the last few weeks. Now, if we do maintain above the 618 and we maintain support in this zone, without a doubt, the breakout that could come here could be massive. But the moment, you know, you hit the golden pocket, you're not looking for a wave 4, wave 5 breaking out successfully. You're looking more at an expanded move, which eventually, you know, it's a bit of a wedgie structure. You wouldn't expect a big breakout here and top out once you hit the golden pocket. So I mean, this is regardless an accumulation zone here for Dogecoin, but it would be nice to see a little bit of sideways momentum, right? Form a bit of a broadening wedge or a descending wedge here, because that will be the bread and butter, right? This would be like, you know, this is it, guys, right? It will be clear, crystal clear, to get into a position. But it's just very recent drop, okay? 3 years in, Andy still surprises me. Smash like if you are hooked to Sashank. Much love to you, my man. Let's take a look at the next crypto here, which is Cow Protocol. What the heck is this one? Cow Protocol. You must be joking. Cow Protocol. Well, this one's doing very well. It's up 37% today. My goodness. This one's doing pretty damn good. Whoa. This one is just doing quite okay. What the hell is this? Mid-cap crypto, just under 300 million. Cow, I would take a look at this just out of curiosity. Don't get milked. Let's take a look at this one on the chart right away. Is Cow the ticker symbol? I would imagine so, yes. Cow, US dollar. It's actually doing pretty damn well. What the heck is this? What the heck is going on with this one? the drop that we've had throughout the last couple of days is just being bought back up very aggressively, very volatile. This is extremely difficult to chart. Unpredictable moves, as you can see, very unpredictable moves. Very difficult to chart this. Okay, mid-low cap coins are extremely difficult to analyze different accumulation zones. I mean, you could speculate on this round formation being a good buying zone, but this big V-shaped bounce, very hard to detect. I mean, you did claim this higher low, right, from last Saturday with an SFP. This would have been an aggressive day trade, scalp long, but very, very hard. For the moment, this does look like it wants to take out those highs. Getting above golden pocket 7-8. I mean, a lower high here is very difficult to predict, so you would eventually target that the highs are going to be tested, right? The question is, will it break out successfully, or will it double top? Anyway, not much to analyze. I mean, this is really unpredictable. Look at these movements, very, very volatile, very quick moves. KSM, what's going on with KSM? We can go through KSM. And KSM coming down, crossing the golden pocket, trying to maintain the support here of this descending channel-y structure. Very aggressive bounce. Did get a nice bounce here. What I don't like about this is this movement down, this one right over here, and now you got this. What would be very nice on this one is to form another low, and the main reason why is because I don't want to count this as a contracting move, which would mean that you basically topped out here. You formed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to get an ABC, and then you're going to roll back down. I would rather count this as an A wave, a B wave, and in this wave here we're forming a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You claim the low one more time, and then you get the bounce, because if we are bullish and we are in a bull market, I want to count this as, an ABC, and inside of this ABC I want to count this as a 5 wave move down in the C wave, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a double bottom here would be the ideal scenario on Kusama, because then you would speculate on an ABC. If we do not get a breakout here of this contracting descending wedge structure, I prefer not to get a breakout, because if it does get a breakout, it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're forming an ABC, and then you're moving down. But if we do form another lower high and another low, we got a 5 wave move here on a potential C wave, right? So one more low would be ideal to be bullish. So a double bottom here would be epic for a swing trade position here in the case of Kusama. I'm going to set some alerts myself. Just for that C wave potential. And if we break out from here, I would be very, very cautious on this being bullish, because this could be a contracting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC, and then we're rolling back down. So another low would be ideal here on Kusama. Legends, I'm going to wrap it up for today. It's been over 2 hours. Thank you very much for joining the stream. Remember, if you want more in-detail updates from myself and the rest of the coaches, you do have the Legends trading community, access to Discord, and all of the modules that you do have to learn how to do technical analysis from basic to advanced. Okay, there are video modules that you have included with the Discord, and you got that free trial right now to join up and see if it's your cup of tea, guys. First link in the description. Not much more to say, guys. Bitcoin analysis, the first 30 minutes to 1 hour. Thank you very much for joining today, and I will see you in the next one.